Okay, so now I've got something really cool to show you. First of all, let me tell you what a vortex cannon is. This thing here is a vortex cannon. Now, there's nothing really fancy to it. It's a plastic cylinder, looks almost like a bucket. It's got a handle on it to make it easier to hold. But the magic is in this back section. What it is it's a plastic film connected with these big rubber bands. And if I hold it up like this, you can see the rubber bands inside. And when I pull back on the plastic like this, and then let go of the rubber bands, it will squeeze the air that's inside. It'll squeeze the air, and then the air will go squirting out the end, sort of like if you took a tube of toothpaste and stomped on. I mean, don't do that. Don't ever do that. It makes a huge mess, or so I've heard. Don't ever do that. But if you took a tube of toothpaste and just squeezed it, and the toothpaste came out with force, that's kind of what this happens. Only instead of toothpaste, it's just air. Okay. All right, so this is kind of big vortex cannon. I mean, it's not huge. I guess it's smaller if I hold it away and bigger if I hold it closer up. But what I have over at the other end of the little closet thing here, I've got a water bottle set up right here. Okay, hope you can see it. And I've got these two little scarf things, and of course Bob has his hat. But I want to show you how this works. Now, it might be a little bit loud, and you guys watch with the chat, okay? Because remember, this is going on record, right? All right. So if I hold this out like this, and then pull the string back, it's going to shoot a ball of air. Now I'm just going to shoot one off to the side so you can see what it looks like. Okay. So I pull it back and let go, and it makes a pretty loud noise, and then the air goes squirting out. If you watch the bottle over there, like I don't know if you can see the bottle, it's right there. Let's see if I can knock the bottle over. Okay, ready? Okay, knock the bottle right over. So if you take a look at those two scarves over here, like the pink and the, I guess that's a yellow or a green. I would call it chartreuse. If you watch those scarves, I'm going to try to blast those with air. So watch those. Did you see that? This thing can shoot a ball of air all the way across the classroom. It's pretty cool. I'll do it one more time. Oh, hey, do you think I can get Bob's hat off his head? Should we try that? That might be dangerous. All right, we're gonna try it. We're gonna try to get Bob's hat off his head. You're right. I don't want to hurt him, Zariah. You're exactly right. But we're gonna try. Okay, you watching? Oh man, it moved. Got it. Kapow. Bob's gonna have a cold head now. Okay, so now Bob is fine. Didn't hurt him a bit. Watch. I will do it to myself so you can see that it doesn't hurt. Now this is, I don't like doing this because it's very surprising, but I'm going to try it anyway. Are you ready? Okay. Floof. Like right in my face. Floof. Okay, so I'm going to go put Bob's hat back on and pick up that water bottle because I got something to show you. Because I'm going to show you guys how to make one of these. It's pretty cool. Now, the reason you can probably still hear me, or at least I hope you can, is that my headset is connected. Whoops. My headset is connected, and you should be able to hear me just fine over here. Let's put Bob's hat back on his head there because it's a little chilly in here. It's a little cold up in here. Okay, that'll work. All right, so now I got to show you how to make one of those. Now, first of all, you need to understand that directions for this can be found anywhere on the internet. If you go to YouTube and just type in make your own vortex cannon or something like that, you're going to be able to find it pretty easily. But I'm going to show you how to make one. And I had my hybrid folks make this in class today. And boy, howdy, was it fun. It really, really was. And I want you guys to have that same kind of fun. So I'm going to show you what I have. I have here a plastic cup. Now, Trinity, don't sweat it. I'm showing you how to make a vortex cannon, which is we're going to use to generate a wave that travels through the air. And you haven't missed any of the directions, so you're fine. Okay, so I have here a plastic cup. This is a large plastic cup. I'm not sure how many ounces it is. It's probably a 16-ounce cup, I'm guessing, but it's one of the bigger ones. However, the same thing will work with a smaller cup. In fact, that's probably a good experiment. Like, what other things can you make this out of? You could use plastic cups like this, or maybe paper cups like the little Dixie cups or something like that. I will say last year I tried to make one out of a coffee can, a pretty big coffee can, and it didn't work. It didn't really work very well at all. But I did make one out of a trash can, and that worked awesome. It really did. So let me show you this cup. First of all, what we're going to do is we're going to cut out the bottom of the cup. Now, right now, I haven't cut the bottom of the cup out, but I did drill a hole in it just to make it easier to get in there with a pair of snippers. Now, when you do this yourself, you're definitely going to want to get your parents to help you, because this little cutty part here, that can be a little dicey, and I don't want anybody to cut their fingers off, right? So get a parent to help you. Maybe you could try it just by poking the scissors into the cup carefully. But I drilled a hole. I used a hole to drill that. And scissors will work, but I prefer using these little tiny snippers. They are just little, almost like fingernail clippers, but a little bigger with a handle. And then I'm going to take the snippers and I'm going to trim around in that circle that's at the bottom of the cup. I can't cut the whole entire bottom off of the cup, because if I cut the entire bottom off of the cup, then it won't work. One of the reasons that this particular device works, or one of the reasons that it can shoot a ball of air out the end of it, is because it creates a vortex. And a vortex, you can think of it almost like a tornado. The vortex forms because I'm leaving a little bit of an edge at the bottom of this cup. Now, as I'm cutting, and I'm about halfway finished, as I'm cutting this, I'm trying to be very careful and just take a little bit at a time, because the neater this cut is, the better our vortex cannon is going to work. So I'm going to try to be very neat, and I'm not going to split the cup. But if I do break the cup while I'm doing this, it's not that big of a deal. I can always use another cup and try again, right? So here's my cup, and I cut a hole in it. And remember, we're not taking the whole bottom off, not the entire bottom, just the part that's inside there, right? So there's my cup. And now for the next part of this, on my big vortex cannon, this one right here, this part is like the bottom of the cup, right? So this part is like the bottom of the cup. See, it's got that edge there. The next part that I have to do is this part, the plasticky part. I don't have the right materials to make something exactly like that, but what I do have is a balloon and a pair of scissors. So I'm going to take the scissors and I'm going to cut off maybe a third of the balloon down, and I'll show you when I'm done. So cut off maybe that much of the balloon. And now the balloon, I'm going to stretch it over the end of this cup. And I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see it, but let's try turning this down a little bit, and I'll see if I can show you. I think maybe I can. So I'm going to take the balloon, and I'm going to put all my fingers inside the balloon, and I'm going to stretch it out and get it over the end of the cup like this, right? And now I've got the balloon on the end of the cup, and now I can stretch this out. I can grab it with my fingers, hopefully, and I can stretch it out. And then when I let go of it, it'll shoot a little puff of air. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to do this as far away. So let me wheel my cart up a little closer, because this one won't send the air quite as far, but it'll still send it. Okay, so watch the bottle, or I hope you can see it. I got it. Okay, now watch the scarves there. Okay, watch the scarves. That wasn't a very big puff, but hopefully you saw it move. Okay, now I guess this isn't going to be complete until we try to knock Bob's hat off his head. So let's try that. Now I'm about maybe 2 feet or so from Bob. So let's try it and see if we can knock his head off. Well, it made it move. There it goes. Knocked his hat right off. So this device creates what's called a compression wave. And that compression wave travels through the air the same way that sound travels through the air. by molecules of the air bumping into other molecules of the air. Now, this was really super simple to make, but it's really a lot of fun. If you make one of these yourself, you may find that you can knock over a folded up sheet of paper like halfway across the room. These will go a lot farther than you think they will. And what it does is it shoots this puff of air out the end, and that air is able to maintain its shape because it comes out in the shape of a vortex, in the shape of like a tornado. Now, if you were to make one of these without having that ring at the bottom, then it would not create a vortex. It would just, you just get a puff of air, and it might go, you know, a few inches or something like that, but it's not gonna go a long distance. Whereas if you make it like this with the edge on it like that, like I'm way back here on my computer now, I might be able to get a puff of air to go back all the way back to those handkerchiefs. Let's try it. Nope, didn't get it that time. Nope, I didn't see him move. Oh no, I pulled it off the end. Okay, so now I got to show you how to fix this problem, right? So if this happens where you pull the balloon off, then what you'll do is you're going to repair it, and I'm repairing it now, and I know you definitely can't see it, but this part tends to slip off. So the way we fix that is to get a rubber band so it doesn't happen. And if you use smaller balloons, it might not be a problem, but if you take the rubber band and you put it around the bottom like this, that will help hold it on so it doesn't come off as easily. Okay. Gorilla Glue, I don't know if the glue would help it, but Gorilla Tape definitely would. I don't know if you've ever used Gorilla Tape. It's like duct tape. Just can't get it to do much. Anyway, but that's our Vortex Cannon. All right, so do try to make one. I think that it's a fun project for you. Now, the reason I'm telling you this, the whole reason we're talking about this, is because we're discussing waves. And electromagnetic waves are way different than this. This is a compression wave. This is a wave that is made because matter is bumping into other matter. The air molecules are bumping into more air molecules, and that moves the energy along until the wave disperses. This wouldn't work in outer space, for example, because there's no air in outer space. Would it work underwater, I wonder? I don't know. It sounds to me like that would be an interesting experiment to try. What would happen if you tried this underwater? I don't know. We'd have to give it a try and see. All right. So about Friday's quiz, the quiz is going to be on the material from our Canvas notes that we went over last time. So make sure you're reading up on that. Do watch the recorded video again that I showed last time, because that will definitely help you on the quiz. And watch the videos that are on the 11.4 module page. And I want to talk to you for just a minute about that one that's about the peeps. Did you guys see that yet? I hope you did. It's about finding the speed of light with peeps and a microwave and physics, but just a little bit. So yeah, so you got to see it. Peeps, yeah, like marshmallow peeps. So you got to see it. In fact, well, I don't want to kick it over on the screen share right now. You can find it. It's in the modules 11.4, and it's only a couple minutes long, but it's worth checking out, because they talk about the history of finding the speed of light. Like, when did people realize that light actually moves? Light does move. Light moves very, very fast, and they can prove how fast light is moving by using marshmallow peeps in a microwave oven. So you gotta see it. And I put up a link to the Bill Nye video that explains waves, and I told you about that a minute ago. If that doesn't work, you don't have to tell me it doesn't work. Remember last week I tried it and it didn't work. So if it doesn't work, it's not a big deal. The stuff from the quiz is not coming from that video, but watching that video will definitely help you on the quiz, because there's a lot of the same material. Okay. Yes, right. That's what I'm talking about. It's the little marshmallow candy things. Um, anyway, it's a pretty cool little video. So on Friday, you will have to be able to identify different kinds of electromagnetic radiation. You have to separate them into categories like visible light, and then you need to identify the wavelengths of the electromagnetic spectrum that are too long for us humans to see, the wavelengths of the electromagnetic spectrum that are too short for us to see. Um, and although I'm not going to tell you you have to be able to put those different kinds of electromagnetic radiation in order, you at least need to know, like if I name a type of electromagnetic radiation, you need to be able to tell me if that wavelength is shorter than what we can see or longer than we can see. For example, I might ask you if X-rays are longer or shorter than we can see. And the answer to that is they're shorter. X-rays have a shorter wavelength than visible light. And then I also might say radio waves. Are radio waves longer or shorter than what we can see? And radio waves are longer than the wavelength of electromagnetic radiation that we can see. They're longer than the wavelengths of visible light. So you just need to be able to know which ones are the longer ones and which ones are the shorter ones. There's 3 of each, 3 that are longer and 3 that are shorter. Okay. All right. So I basically just wanted to show you how to make this little wave generation device, this Vortex Cannon. And I really hope that you try to make this, okay? I really hope that you try to. You may be able to make one that works way better than this. If you do, tell me about it. I'd love to see it, okay? Maybe our next Zoom, you can show us if you do, okay? All right, guys, I'm not gonna keep you much longer, except I got one little message I have to tell you. I'm not going to see you guys next week in Zoom at all because next week is our Thanksgiving vacation. So you guys are going to be up to your eyeballs in turkey and gravy and mashed potatoes and pumpkin pie and all that awesome stuff. And I don't want you to spend time, doing schoolwork during that break. That break is for you to enjoy your break. However, if you want to do something fun like this, I'd love to hear about it after break is over. Okay. All right, guys. Zariah, so you're right. Like that, I'm a little bit worried because you guys don't know this, but I've lost like almost 100 pounds. I've lost a lot of weight, and I'm kind of worried that I'm gonna gain some of it back over the holidays. But maybe keep our fingers crossed, and I'll just have to I'll have to go outside and run around my house or something like that. Okay. All right, folks. It is just about time for me to end. If you don't have any questions here for me in chat, then I'm going to go ahead and cut our meeting off. If you do have questions about anything specific that I haven't talked about, or if you think of a question later, please do send me a message through Canvas. I'll check it. And hopefully, everything will go fine with your projects. Be careful. Don't shoot anybody's eye out. I feel like that's really important. All right. And enjoy your week off next week. So for now, toodaloo, TTFN, ta-ta for now. Take care. See you later and have a good day, everybody. Bye.